Well, I am definitely not an art critic, but this thing that they installed up in Boston in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King, I really don't think you need to be a critic to be able to tell that this thing is just literally a piece of crap. I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. And they spent $10 million on it. They spoke to a family member of Coretta Scott King, Martin Luther King's wife, and he has a crude comparison for the MLK statue. Family member of Coretta Scott King, the wife of civil rights icon Martin Luther King, despises a new monument unveiled late last week in Boston. 22-foot bronze statue, dubbed the Embrace, was meant to capture a hug Dr. King shared with his wife after he won the 1964 Nobel Peace Prize. So I do understand it. It's supposed to be their arms, but they removed the torsos for some unknown reason. Cost $10 million and was designed by Hank Willis Thomas. This guy, he's got to be burying his head somewhere in the sand, because only nobody really likes this thing. The only people that do are the woke virtue signalers, and I don't even think that they really like it. I just think that they're saying that they like it so that they don't appear, I don't know, racist or bigoted or whatever you want to call it. But not liking this statue has nothing to do with being a racist. It has to do with spending $10 million. I don't have a problem with them making a statue of Dr. Martin Luther King. I think he was a wonderful man that did wonderful things for civil rights. But don't make this and try to honor him with something this terrible. Make something that looks good, something that people are going to enjoy for years to come. Cost $10 million. It's located in Freedom Plaza of the Boston Common. The mainstream media, this is the family member of Coretta Scott King. The mainstream media was reporting on it like it was all beautiful because they were told they had to say that. Of course they did. Seneca Scott, Coretta's cousin, told the New York Post. But then when it came out, a little boy pointed out, that's a penis. And everyone was like, yo, that's a big old dick, man. If you had showed that statue to anyone in the hood, they'd have been like, no, absolutely not. $10 million were wasted to create a masturbatory metal homage to my legendary family members, one of the all-time greatest American families, that he blames woke activists. Of course it's woke activists. The woke algorithm is just broke. I don't know what else to tell you. If you went through all that and that's what you came up with, something is wrong. Now we go down and we hear from the executive director of the Embrace, Boston, the group responsible for overseeing the installation. He said he cried when he first saw it. Now, he's implying that he cried because he thought it was beautiful. I think he cried because he realized that they spent $10 million on a giant pair of hands holding up a turd. Someone said to me before I saw it for the first time, imagine when you see it, you're going to cry. And I said, I've seen monuments before. I'm not going to cry when I see a monument. And I actually did. This is a place of both contemplation and joy simultaneously. I don't want to contemplate on what the hell that thing is. And so I think it's one of America's most miraculous pieces of public art. No, it isn't. No, it's not. They'll just say anything. They have to know. Anybody. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that thing. Anyone would have to know that this does not look right. It does not look like it belongs. It doesn't look like anything. If somebody was just to be brought up there and not told what it is or what it represents, they would just stare at it and not have any clue what the hell they were looking at. This is what woke gets us. This is where it gets us. It gets us to these things that make no sense as far as art goes, as far as movies goes, as far as TV shows goes. This is what you get. You get a giant turd. If you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Share it to all your friends and ring the bell for notifications. Let me know what you think about this thing down in the comments, and I'll talk to you later.